Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for July 2014. May I wish you a happy birthday if you haven't had it already. And first of all, the overview. Even though it's your birthday month, I think you'll find that you're quite needed by others until mid-month anyway, which is okay because that's part of your thing, Cancer. You're very good caretaker and just nurturer and supporter of others, and they will benefit from your support, but also appreciate maybe the guidance, or rather maybe you will appreciate support and guidance and perhaps from the realms beyond. There's a likelihood that there will be an appreciation of support going on here. And then after mid-month, the new Jupiter cycle and the new moon on the 26th bode well for improvements regarding the piggy bank, anything to do with property, possessions, resources that you can tap into, and also other things that you can capitalize on over the months to come, with special emphasis on the 4 weeks from the 26th. So it's a little bit like that new moon energy going into Leo in your piggy bank house is like a wave. If you were a surfer with a surfboard, the wave hasn't got any opinion about, you know, your life at all. But if you, who know about your life and you know the way you want to go, can utilize that wave. So you get up on your surfboard and you get up on that wave, and then you try to sort of steer your board on that wave for as long as you can in the direction that you want to go. So that new moon energy will be lasting. That sort of wave will roll over the 4 weeks from the 26th. And then you can do whatever, you know, you feel would be smart to do regarding this kind of material setup, which might not be about money at all. It might be about, you know, how to utilize the space, or how to get your hands on more, or how to ditch things, or, you know, whatever it's about. As I say, Jupiter is coming into this area, which is not half bad news for you. We've got some big change coming in this month, because we've got the move of Mars on the 26th and this move of Jupiter on the 16th. The departure of Jupiter from your sign into the next sector, which is going into Leo, indicates a 12-month period ahead for you to nurture the new beginnings in your life, which you would have made over the previous year, from the previous June onwards. The new moon on the 26th supports this in the very, very sort of like baby step beginning in that 4 weeks over mostly August, this August, and urges improvements to your material physical setup and the piggy bank over that time there. So that was the overview. And so here in more detail, until the 23rd, it's a powerful time with the sun in your sign. It's a good time for taking stock, reviewing things, but also being more self-centered, and you just find almost like, you know, the sea parts for you to sort of sail through with things. But we do have a lot of Uranian and Plutonic energy, more Uranian actually, particularly over the sun and over Mars in the first part of the month. So there could be, you'll have to be flexible, you'll have to sort of think on your feet, you know, you'll have to have your wits about you every now and again, I think, because there's going to be some surprises or things that, you know, you're not used to dealing with, which can be quite delightful things, but you're still, you know, you're not used to dealing with them. And until the 23rd, that's a powerful time anyway. So you got that very strong solar energy and time for you to give more attention to aims and ambitions close to your heart, Cancer, and feel the empowerment that brings. So if you need to take yourself off somewhere and get away from the roaring crowds, then do it. Or if you need to sort of be center stage in front of the roaring crowd, which isn't really your thing, do that too. But make sure that you do get enough downtime, because even if you are somebody who spends time in a sort of like the limelight, in the spotlight in a way, you as a Cancerian do need to recharge those batteries in a very sort of, you need your sanctuary really, because of that shell, that crab shell, you know, you really do need to put that shell on and just kind of snuggle up inside there where you're all sort of soft and squidgy. And nurse the wounds, you know, if there are any, because often with Cancerians, they, and you will know this, you take things too personally. Now, as I say, there's a lot of Uranian activity around, but also Plutonic is not that far off, especially last month, which would have been June. So the knock-on effect of whatever's been going on there, you do tend to cling to the past, you do tend to cling to the crab's claws, cling to whatever it is. And if you find that there's something there you need to let go of because it is stressing you out, then let go of it. Okay, so we've got Mercury and Venus in a very background area, making you a little bit more introspective as the month kicks off. I said that others might be more needy towards you, and it's very true. You know, you might be quite busy within a little bubble of others, you know, a very sort of private bubble, kind of sort of within the castle walls, as it were, within a circle of others. You know, separating the needy from the greedy, you need to draw stronger boundaries at this time, even though you want to be there and maybe have to be there because of other schedules or moods or agendas or requirements or whatever they are. You also have to be able to scurry away, sideways of course, being a crab, and find your own special little sort of, you know, rocky kind of outcrop safe house. And, you know, that line in the sand says, not at home, you know, not here, until you are ready to kind of come out again. Because if you are running on empty, then you're not going to be able to be of service in the way you'd like to be. This is a great time for your intuition, Cancer. It's a great time for restful, nurturing environment, for healing, imaginative activities, just being absorbed into something that takes you out of yourself, like you know, a good read, a rattling good yarn, and hold the vision, you know, whatever the vision is about, and move beyond what is now, you know, disturbing you or just plain getting in your way. Getting in the way of happiness and well-being. And Venus is there as well, allowing you to tap, you know, into, if you want to, the realms beyond, you know, connect with your army of helpers, the invisible hands that are always working in the background. Or, you know, it could be a more kind of mundane sort of way that this is coming out, like you're not sure about a relationship, you're not sure about how things stand, you're maybe being a bit pensive about someone, pondering, and keeping your feelings in, keeping your feelings to yourself, and others can be oblivious of what's going on for you as well. So that's fine. You just need to take a step back, touch base, and with Venus's knack of finding the balance, you can gently iron out with yourself any inner turbulence. Go in for that pampering, that nurturing. Very, you know, if ever there was a time of the year to do it, then this is the time, you know, your birthday month. And then from mid-month, and then from the 19th as well. From mid-month, Mercury moves into your sign, and on the 19th, Venus moves into your sign. And then you really do have a, you're really up for things then a lot more than you were maybe in the previous phase when you were being oh so gentle with yourself, which you should have been. From mid-month, Mercury's in your sign, accelerating your mind, your mental processes, paperwork, information exchange, maybe communications equipment, vehicle being more on your mind. Did I say paperwork, correspondence, that kind of thing, moving around more perhaps, and coming and going and feeling a bit scattered. So again, I will say, engineer quiet spaces for yourself where you could just tuck yourself away. And then on the 19th, for about 3 weeks, Venus comes into your sign. Well, this beautiful planet ruling balance and the arts and beauty and material success as well, just puts her aura, casts her sort of cloak of attraction, attractiveness, and also diplomacy and harmony around you. So others could be very drawn towards you at this time. Great time for a makeover. Work the energy. But also it is, the relationship gets a boost, and you stop all that inner pondering and wondering, and you're feeling more like moving out there into the world, meeting the world with a smile. And also it can do very well because others find you, they're drawn to you, they like your style. And so this is good news for your personal life, but also for any sort of thing to do with business and negotiations and that kind of thing. And so work the energy to your advantage. Now, the sun moves on the 23rd and into the area of your piggy bank, property, possessions, but general sort of material security, resources, physical security, and basic stuff. So key themes will center around stuff. It might be somebody else's stuff as well, but how to improve upon it, feed the piggy bank more, which strategy, maybe perhaps protecting it, perhaps moving it around and using it in a different kind of way, perhaps finding a way to capitalize on a resource that you haven't bothered with before, whether that's something from the plant pot or the garden or your own talent. It could be any of these things, but it will generally help you to improve well-being, and that can be somebody else's well-being. So you'll have more the physical side of life on your mind, making sure that you got the roof over the head and food in the belly, but also very much that others have got the roof over the head and the food in the belly as well. So being more, giving more attention to that type of thing. But generally it's a lovely, supportive, warm, friendly, intimate energy because you've got Venus in your sign. And then Mars is about to move. Mars has been at quite a challenging angle to your sun sign for a very long time, meaning that there have been ups and downs maybe, and sometimes tension or conflict to do with your base of operations, your domestic setup, your place on the map that goes back to last year, November time. And because of your point on the map or your domestic setup or your family situation, you needed to really put a lot of energy in there to get things more how you wanted them to be. And perhaps having to confront some old patterns and some old knee-jerk responses along the way. But also putting more physical energy. Maybe it wasn't like that at all. Maybe it was to do with putting more physical energy into things to do with Mother Nature, and using Mother Nature not in an exploitative kind of a way, but dialoguing with Mother Nature, working together, going with the flow of nature, and really appreciating planet Earth and Gaia. Also the past, you know, parents, your ancestry, your lineage, history, and all of these things may be sometimes the cause of conflict and tension, but also on the other hand having to be more, because of the parent or because of the tradition, having to be more dynamic and proactive. Now anyway, you're coming into a time when Mars moves out of there. That's on the 26th, into a more fun sort of area where you could be enjoying life more. You could be having more interaction with young people, an enterprise, a venture which is creative, which is kind of taking a bit of a risk or a gamble, but you're feeling quite competitive about it and you're up for it. And also something that, you know, you're trying to set something up where you get a lot out of it. You know, you're really looking forward to this thing. It can be to do with children, it can be to do with pets, animals, but the physical side of it comes in here because Mars likes to be physically active and Mars likes to do things his own way in this creative entrepreneurial area. However it is for you, don't feel held back or limited. You know, go with the flow more and be more spontaneous with Mars here. And then, of course, we've got the long transit of Saturn. Mars has just moved into the same area that Saturn has been in, where you've been plodding away and plugging away at things to do with children, animals, any kind of enterprise or venture, anything which, you know, you really choose to do because it makes you feel good, but you just got to keep consistently plugging away at it. And so it makes it a little bit of a chore sometimes. Mars is definitely going to speed that area up. And you Cancerians born in the middle 10 days of Cancer, or with 15 to 17 degrees of Cancer rising, are going to feel the energy the most, but of course the whole sign will feel it. It's just more diluted as you go up further from those degrees. Jupiter, as I said at the beginning, is moving out of your sign after a year, is spreading your wings and maybe having more travel, having more connection with foreign lands and unfamiliar territories. Now it comes into the area, your financial area, and this is a time for you to expand and think big about that piece of equipment that might help you to capitalize on what you have, improve on what you have, or that ticket for that course or that trip, that app, that program, you know, whatever it is at this stage in your life journey, developing upon your natural talents and your natural leanings and inclinations. And this is a 12-month transit. And you Cancerians born with, actually no, it's just about you very, very early Cancerians. It'll be you Cancerians born in the first week that'll be feeling that energy the most. And in that last week of July, there is a wonderful expansive energy. It's optimistic. It's likely to give you a boost. You could get yourself a good deal, or sort of good things come to you in a material kind of way. Good things are in the pipeline. So watch out for that space there, and enjoy and try to you know, stay aligned and calm and centered with this rather sort of jerky, quite surprising at times Uranian energy which keeps popping up over the month, and just try to be flexible and go with the flow of that energy, and don't try to be too rigid and resisting. And that's it. If you know your moon sign or your rising sign, listen to the forecast for those also. There's all this is written up on my website. And yes, and I'll see you the next time.